Good evening, everybody. Tonight, we're welcoming nationally recognized relationship expert and clinical psychologist, Dr. Alduan Tartt. So happy to be here with y'all. Dr. Tartt has the distinction of being the youngest person, the youngest African American, rather, to get his PhD in the Department of Psychology from the University of Michigan. So let's get this brother on up in here now, y'all. Here we go. Hope everybody had a good week and you're ready for a good interview. This is my brother from the Morehouse College, the Olympic class of 1996. So, and it's rainy down here in Atlanta. It's a perfect day, perfect evening to have some conversation with good peoples like we always do. All right, hold on. And we will get these brothers and sisters up in here momentarily. In addition, next week we are having a special guest, Miss Andretta Roan of Black Teachers Educate. All right, now I think that we are close. Hold on one second, y'all. 1 second. Here we go. Brother.
Hey, what's going on, Doc?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, man, I'm good. I'm good. What's going on with you, my brother?
Oh, man. Hey, man, just making it, man, trying to keep everything where it should be in today's world, bro. Thank you for joining me, man.
Man, it's been a long time, man. We have to get together in person. I saw you posted that picture, man. It's been too many years.
I know, man. I mean, that was at least 8-9 years ago.
Man, it was a long time ago, man.
Dang.
I'm glad I look younger, though. I'm glad I look younger, man.
You look way younger, man. In fact, you look like
so
you
my
freshman
brother.
year, man.
Thanks for the live, brother. I received it. Thanks for the live, my brother.
No doubt, no doubt. For everybody that's joining us, welcome tonight. We have special guest, Dr. Alduan Tartt, Christian clinical psychologist, relationship expert, scholar of the highest order. So welcome. Alduan, tell us who is Dr. Tartt?
Man, so many different things, man. You know, when I was in high school, we had a psychologist come speak on career day. I had never heard of it, TAJ. I had never heard of a psychologist other than someone working with someone in jail or somebody I'd seen like on TV.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get into helping people, man, because in high school, I was in people's business, left and right. You had a problem, my ear kind of like, I can help you with that. Yo, you should ask her out. Yo, my man, your attitude, bro, that's not hot. That's not going to get that. So anyway, so just to answer your question, man, there's a kid in high school who was interested in helping other people and wanted to help them out with their mental versus the physical. And so in summary, I'm a Christian clinical psychologist, and I've done a little bit of everything, man, just practicing the last 22 years. If you name it, I've probably done it. So I have a private practice. So I primarily see clients. It could be children. It could be adults. I see a boatload of couples when it comes to relationship and marriage issues. I'm also a licensed and ordained minister. That's new within the last 3 or 4 years, where, again, I offer psychology inside of the church. I'm a father. I'm a dad of 3, husband. Man, I just been busy, man. So we can get into all the different aspects, because I know there's a lot of students that tune in, to you because of the education you put out there, man. So I'm just a servant to the people, man, focusing on people's mental health.
I love it, Alduan. And when I was updating myself, researching you, man, I saw that you are a minister now, man. Congrats on that, man. That's wonderful right there. Let's go back a little bit, man. Where did you grow up?
Man, I grew up right here in the A, man. So I'm from Decatur.
Where it's
greater, man.
Okay.
Right? And I went to high school right up the street, right on the other side of Decatur, Lithonia. So Lithonia High School. So I'm an AT alien, man. Yeah. But Then I went out to Michigan, and then I spent a lot of time in Cali. And most of what I know from a psychological standpoint, I learned in California, man.
Oh, where?
I used to do gang violence, man. The most violent of violent teens, they were mine, man. So I cut my teeth, as you say, in Inglewood. You know,
Inglewood always up to no good.
always up to no good, West
Always
Coast,
up to
man.
no
And
good.
I loved it, man. And I can say this because I'm happily married, man. I dated some of the baddest women in the planet in California, and my current wife is from California. So let me put that out there. So I
Mecca
ended
from
with
California?
yeah, man.
What
Inglewood by
part?
way of South Central, brother. So you know what
Oh,
goes
straight
down
up.
when she get mad. You know what it is. You know
Oh,
what it
she
is.
know she know OG Madfish in them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, so you grew up in Decatur, as well as Lithonia. You went to the house.
That's right.
For those,
That's right.
For
The
those that
house.
don't know, Alduan and I are classmates from the legendary Olympic class of
For
1996
sure. For sure.
at the Morehouse College.
I see you sporting the paraphernalia, which is an
Man, you
inside
already
joke
know,
for
man.
Morehouse.
You know,
It's an inside joke where we spend most of our time.
yeah.
Right.
Alduan, I think, man, honestly, man, I think I may have met you in freshman introduction to psychology, man, because I was actually started off as a psych major, and I think that's where we may have met. How was your Morehouse experience?
Man, I had a ball. I had a ball, man. You know what? You leveled up to biology, and I took my first intro to biology class. You know how they post the scores, you know? And this, let me just tell HBCUs, all right? So, you know, at my high school, I was that guy. Now, I had other, because I know that people watching, like, hold on, I came at you too. But there were other smart African-American students. When I got to Morehouse, and I'm in a class of all smart guys,
Yeah, no doubt.
everyone's tight. So in that biology class, I'm thinking I bust y'all ties. I'm like, I'm gonna kill these dudes, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
you're gonna
looking
serve
like,
us.
right, I'm number 23rd on the list, and I got like a 90. You know the curve. Other dudes making hundreds. And I was like, maybe medicine is not for me. Maybe I need to stick with psychology. But I just love Morehouse, man. Being around tight brothers who were interested in the same thing I was. We partied, we had fun, we kicked it. But being in the classroom and being pushed by brothers from all over the world, because quiet is kept. If you took any math classes, you had respect from the brothers from Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh,
the African brothers, we ain't educated here in America, right?
Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean cats were super tight.
Killing us, boys. So I was like, I'm about to study. Anyway, so I had a blast, man. And of course, you know, we spent our time at Spelman and Clark and Morris Brown. And
No doubt.
So I had a blast, man. Morehouse gave me the confidence that as a black man, that I can compete with anyone in the world. I felt like when I left Morehouse, there's no one smarter than the brothers I was in class with. So wherever I went, I knew I was going to be top class.
Yeah, no doubt.
I see brothers talking about class of 9. We see you, Martin, class of 99. Dr. Kenyatta, yeah. Oh, that's you.
Martin, let's see, my main man, Martin Walker, Esquire, class of 99. What's up, Martin?
Yeah, for sure.
What's up, Nanny? What's up, Akila? What's up, everybody? We're here with Dr. Alduan Tartt, clinical psychologist, Christian clinical psychologist, minister, television pundit, husband, father, all of those things. What made you want to be a psychologist, Alduan?
And, you know, it was a sad event. When I started, I knew in high school I wanted to help people. But when I started Morehouse, the first week, man, a friend of mine was shot and killed in my car, man. We went to a party. We were in a summer science program before school even started.
Did you say in your car?
In my car, man. Shot and killed. Drive-by. Candler Road, man. Candler Road. It's Oshari Dilo. This was in summer 1992. Killed right there, man. So that made it personal for me. So that took psychology from an interest to me pivoting into violence prevention, to me pivoting into pregnancy prevention. So when you start talking about high-risk populations, that's when it became top of mind for me. I didn't want to just do typical psychology, man. If they were high risk, they were cutters, suicide, homicidal, man, that's what led me into, you know, going all the way out to Inglewood to study some of the world's most difficult populations, man. So that's what got me into psychology. But on a lighter note, man, I love people. And I learned this term later in life. I didn't know that I was. I learned that I was an empath.
I knew you were about to say that. And I can totally see that, man. I mean, I can totally see that. Go ahead, bro.
Man,
Go
no,
ahead.
I just feel people's stuff, man. Taj, you know how you can, a brother should say he's good, you can tell he's not. And he not good. He not
Yeah,
all right.
you can
Right.
feel it. You can feel his frequency.
And I can watch. I can feel energy. And there are a lot of people that can go into a room. I see them commenting, and I can just go in a room and I can feel energy. I can tell who's the alpha. I can tell who's confident. I can see the alliances in a board meeting. I can see everything. I can see who's languishing. I can see who's putting on a face versus someone who's truly happy. So it's naturally my personality. So that's what really influenced me to go into psychology, because I wanted to impact that. I wanted to use what God gave me, which is my personality. I'm not gonna lie, the personality He gave me fits well with being able to interact and get along with people.
Okay. So how did you end up choosing University of Michigan to go to, and what was that like?
Man, as a little boy, I used to watch University of Michigan. And I told everyone I'm gonna play football for the University of Michigan. Man, I love the Michigan. When I was 7, I watched University of Michigan. So to me, it was kind of written. I was like, all right. And then practically, all right, Morehouse and Spelman have a pipeline to Michigan, like they have to Tech and a lot of other schools. There were some Morehouse brothers, Dr. Bryant Marks, Dr. Erica Stovall. I mean, it was a huge pipeline. And so Michigan just dropped facts. Michigan had the most African Americans in psychology, second to Howard University.
Okay,
so that's a PWI, brother. That's a PWI. Listen, in our psychology department, it was 50 of us.
Dude.
50 black. So if you see a psychologist, the chances of him or her coming from Michigan, of all the psychologists, man, we deep. Oh, I see Greg on here, Dr. Greg Ponder.
What up, Dr. Ponder?
Yeah, man. So that's one of those brothers in biology they used to build up top, which made me come out of biology into psychology.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
was he in our class?
He was the class behind us.
Okay. Dude, I love that, man. And I had a similar experience in medical school, man.
Okay.
I went to med school in Philly. And at the time, it's Drexel University School of Medicine now, but at the time it was Medical College of Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. It had the distinction of simultaneously being the largest medical school class in the country, but also the largest percentage of minorities in the country after black school. Dude, we had 10 black men in my medical school class,
man, that's
bro.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Come on, man. You can put 10 medical schools together and don't get 10.
I know,
You know
brother.
what I'm saying? But I love that, Alduan. Your experience at Michigan was obviously top-notch. If you don't know, Dr. Alduan is the youngest African-American to get his PhD in psychology at the University of Michigan. Is that correct, Alduan?
Man, I was flying through the University of Michigan, brother. I've always been impatient. And when I got there, I said, look, this weather, I can't be here. I'm trying to get up out of here 4 years, 3 years, 2 years if you let me. I'll stay up all day and night. But, man, my professor was with it, because this is all God. He was going on sabbatical to California. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm going to take you on, but you need to be in and you need to be out, my brother. So he pushed me. I worked double fast. So I was able to get in and get out. But I really enjoyed it, man. So to me, it wasn't. A lot of people say, look at all that school. I was like, man, I never felt like I was in school, man. I felt like I was in my calling. You're working with clients. I'm working with clients. First semester, they are my clients.
Alduan.
Go ahead.
You said a word.
It's called. You know it. In order to be great at something, it has to be your calling. Taj, I could have a headache. I could be stressed in my life, and a client call me, and I can pop in the mode and see what's going on with them and do it in my sleep, man. So even in the pandemic, which has been super stressful on everyone, every single helper, period. Yeah, man, I have enjoyed helping people through it, man. So this is who I am. It's what it is. I can do this in my sleep, man. I can do this with a headache. And I have done it. I've done it on street corners. I've done it in jails. I've done it for sports teams. I've done it on TV. Done it private practice. I've done it in groups. I've done all female groups, which is the hardest, a lot of dynamics up in that piece.
I can't imagine why.
Right. So, man, there's just a lot going on, man. So I just love it, man. I'm here to just put it out there. Like, psychology is just amazing. And we need more brothers and sisters, more people in that space, because the need is phenomenal. But I love it, man.
What you do your dissertation on?
Man, it was moderating factors around popularity. Basically, it was like in minority schools, what made people popular, and it was interesting, man, because like in black schools, man, being able to dance, being able to dress, how social you were. So we're trying to find this link between why some people got labeled as bullies and were shunned, and why some people were super aggressive and yet they were popular. And so we found out it was about their personality. But that was years ago. But that shows you how knee deep I was in the aggression research, because I wanted to find out, well, how can you be aggressive and still be popular? And I think anyone that went to a predominantly black, school can think about those brothers and sisters who were aggressive, who got in fights all the time, but somehow you tend to like them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Take us post University of Michigan. Where'd you go after you got your PhD?
Well, let me start at University of Michigan, give them a shout out, man, because at University of Michigan, man, I was like, look, I love what I'm doing, but seeing these kids in Ann Arbor, this is not what I want to do, man. It's not equipping me to go back to Atlanta and help people who really need. I want to work with the most difficult population. So Michigan said, all right, what you want to do? I said, all right, I want to work with sports team. That's how I got in sports psych. So I worked with University of Michigan football team when we won a national championship with Tom Brady and Charles. Yeah, Desmond Howard and Charles was anyway.
Charles
Woodson. So they put me on a sports psych rotation. So I did golf, I did gymnastics, and I did football. Right. Then I said, man, so I'm telling you, man, anything I wanted to do. I said, you know what? I want to do private practice. Put me in a business class, right? They're like, put you in a business class with other MBAs so you can learn how to run your own practice. I said, all right, I said, you know what? I can't see kids in Ann Arbor anymore. They're not bad enough. I was gonna be. I need Detroit, and they were like, look, we can't work out things in Detroit due to some political reasons. But since you want to study gang violence, how about Inglewood? I was like, whoa, like Snoop Dogg, like the Bloods in the Crip. I don't know. And I was like, yeah, I'm with all that action. Man, they paid for me to go out there, paid for my crib, flew my car out there, got me an internship. Man, I worked in 2 settings out there. Michigan was like, so I did my last year of University of Michigan in Inglewood, California.
You did?
Yep.
And they paid for everything?
They paid for everything. Matter of fact, remember I told you that my professor did sabbatical? He moved. He was on sabbatical at UCLA, so I didn't miss a beat with the writing.
Man.
So I was interning.
Seamless transition.
Man, that's all God, man. You couldn't ask for that. So University of Michigan hooked me up, man, because they were like, look, you want a challenge? You would think they try to keep me home. They were like, nah, we want you to go out there and be impactful in the world. If you want to work with the world's toughest population, we'll send you to some of the toughest intern spots. So, man, yeah, I did Inglewood. I did Culver City, man, and that's when I learned about inner city mental health, foster care, Department of Juvenile Justice, kids who cut, kids who've murdered, kids who've been assaulted, kids who've been abused every which way, crisis hotline, suicide hotline, you name it, in-home therapy. Man, I did it all, man. Consulting with foster care kids, going out with the police. So if one of my clients, because part of Inglewood, we were attached to the police department. So this is now common, but like anytime there was a trauma call and it was a client, they knew the police could pull it up and see this is a mental health client. A psychologist had to go and de-escalate the client versus the police, which you can see is needed. So I'm out there with the police talking to my client like, yo, man, you got to put the gun down. Yo, I know they murdered your brother, but you can't. They're going to shoot you. That was a psychologist doing the work. We're on the bullhorns. Oh, I felt like I was in the movies, man. Friday Night Lights, man. You were always being on call in Inglewood. You gonna get called. You don't need to go on a date. Ain't no need of Netflix and Netflix and chill doesn't matter. None of that's happening. If you don't call on Friday, Saturday night, have your clothes ready because you're gonna be called somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you don't call for the whole county. What's the chance something in Inglewood, South Central is nothing popping off mental health?
Man.
Working all night, and I loved it, man. I used to come home like, oh, that was a great night.
Oh man, so did you end up on Crenshaw and Slauson?
Man, I did it. I did it all, man. I remember being in a room trying to de-escalate a client, and the gangs were shooting outside, and we on the floor, right? And after they stopped shooting, we got up and finished the session. That's how common it was.
Dang, you were in the thick of it, bro.
Man, but I loved it because at that time, let me specify, I like drama. I like energy. I like helping. So those kids weren't, man, they hadn't seen no black male, brother. They hadn't
Right.
seen it, you know? And even the other psychologists that I would work with, white men, Asian, man, they all knew community mental health. They cut their teeth, you know, in the streets with real community mental health, man. So that to me made it alive. I had excellent training. And I loved it, man. So shout out to University of Michigan. That's why I rep them so hard, man. And University and Morehouse for putting me, you know, following my dreams and what I want to do, give back to the people.
Shout out to University of Michigan. So once you finished your time
Okay.
in Southern California, take us where you went next.
Man, I came right to Atlanta, Georgia, and I worked in Kirkwood. Right?
Oh.
Right.
Okay,
So
okay.
Hood to hood.
I see a common thread here.
Hood to hood, because that's what I want to do, right? So
Yeah.
when I came back, when I got to Kirkwood and, you know, only black male there, man, I had every high profile case. I would watch the news. I'd be like, oh, yeah, he going to be my client. Yep, that's going to be her. Man, I was, listen, Taj, they had me on an anti-sexual exploitation committee. So that means I'm seeing all the teen prostitutes, right? I'm seeing Department of Juvenile Justice. I'm having kids come in straitjackets to be assessed as to whether they should go to jail or be institutionalized. I'm having kids on cocaine. I mean, every drug in the world at 13, 14.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not gonna lie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it because I was able to get those kids quality care, able to work with systems, finesse systems. You know how it is. You know, to be able to advocate for kids on probation and also just help kids with, you know, high level mental health stuff. And they would have never come in if it wasn't for the fact that I was a black man, because they didn't trust psychology. You know, so I felt every day I went home, I made a difference. But working for a government institution, brother, if you know my personality, that ain't last long. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So I went private. After 1 year. I didn't waste any time. Everybody like, too soon. I said, nah. As soon as I got my license, you get the intern for 2,000 hours, man, I went straight out and I did private practice, and I've been doing it ever since. Not seeing as severe of a population now, but my population is still pretty high level as far as some of the issues as far as kids are concerned. You know, been through a lot. So, yeah, so it's pretty mixed right now. But I've been in private practice 21 years, brother. So,
dude,
and I love it,
bro. That's a blessing. And you're great at it, obviously.
Man, God has blessed me, man. I've learned a lot from, you know, experience is the best teacher. You know that. Right.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
I've learned a lot, man. So it's cool.
Okay. So, you know, as I was listening to you, Alduan, man, you know, when you were talking about your experience with those high acuity scenarios, I was thinking, man, about an interview that I had read with Colin Powell.
Okay.
Colin Powell was talking about how when he got in the military, he realized instantly that the military was his natural habitat. And that's what I'm getting from you. Is that how you felt? That you were in your natural habitat with the patients and the scenarios?
Anyone that knows me know I like drama. My wife knows I like drama. We argue and I'm smiling like, girl, I know you love me. You coming with it, bro. You feel that way. So I'm alive. You know, there are a lot of people who, when the drama's high, they're excited, like they're calm. So when things are popping off, my mind is already thinking, all right, I'm gonna put this kid in the hospital. You know, all right, I don't know if I can put this kid in the hospital because I remember they don't have any beds. All right, what nurse do I know there? How can I get in? But my brain is just thinking, right? All right, you know what? This grandma's gonna say no to medication, but she's gonna also say no to special education for her son. So if I'm gonna bring up special education first, then I'm gonna say, oh, we could do medication. So my brain is just naturally thinking. And I like people. And the funny thing is, I like treatment-resistant clients initially. The ones that like, I ain't taking no medicine. It's the devil. I'm not finna do this. My kid not going into special education. All right, he want me to talk to him. I don't talk to kids. I tell kids what to do. I don't listen to their feelings. This is some psychobabble. I like that discourse. I like that because I like drama. So I'm able to engage them, overcome their objections. So my day is never boring. So for me, I'm in trouble if I'm bored. If I'm bored, man, I have a problem. So psychology allows me to never be bored because couples bring in different issues, kids bring in different issues, adults bring in different issues. And all day I can see 8 different type of clients. I can see someone grieving, at 9, and see someone who's having a problem with anger management, and see someone who's been raped, and then see someone who is a molester, and then I can see someone who's going through a divorce, someone in premarital, right, a kid with anxiety disorder, and someone with narcissistic personality traits, all in the same day. So you just shifting your brain like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
So it's never boring.
It's never boring.
Never boring.
Yeah, yeah. So you answered my question. I was going to ask you about your patient population. You clearly have a very diverse patient population. That said, you are known nationally as a relationship expert. All right. How did you become known as that, bro?
Man, I wrote a book, man. I wrote a book. It's actually how I met my wife. I wrote a book called The Ring Formula. She read it. She hit me up.
That was the next question, because someone asked where you met Mecca. I promised him I was going to ask.
Man, you know what? And I'm going to give Mecca her kudos, man. Mecca hit me up on Facebook, because anyone that knows Mecca's in sales. All right, so my wife works for Startup Runway, and they get minorities funding for venture capitalism. So, DM me, all right, or DM her, all right, if that's what you're looking for, right? And so she can sell anything, man. Just her personality, man. She's brilliant at it. And so, anyway, she hit me up on Facebook and was like, look, I want to do this matchmaking event. Your friends and my friends. I read your book, boom, boom, boom. She came in. And she was single. She's like, who you gonna match me up with? I said, I got you. I got someone special for you. I got you, right? She didn't know till the 3rd time we met that it was a date, brother. She didn't get it, man. So that's how we met. I kept going over the event. She kept wanting to talk business. Man, I kept sliding that proposal to the side, asking her personal questions, and then she finally got it, man. So that's how we met, and so that. Writing that book put me on a platform, but I also have a passion for relationships. So I kind of shifted from high risk kids to marriages and relationships. So typically couples come to me when they have failed with other therapists, right? Or I'm the therapist, because I'm a Black male and a Christian, that men will say, I'll go see him, right? I'll go try him, because I know I can get a male's perspective. Even I keep it funky all the way around, right? So that's how I got into it, man. And then the television stuff blew up. And let me just give you a quick note. Like, the way TV blew up was a lot of the clients were producers.
Get out.
That's all it was, man. So it was like, you see, when TV and radio is small, one producer might do 4 shows. Right. And then they move on to show. So they were some of my clients. And so once I got out there and they did different shows, and they were like, hey, we need a psychologist. And they were like, I know someone. And so when I started doing that, and I started getting emails from kids and saying, I've never seen a Black psychologist. I want to do what you do, man. From then on, that's when I said, I'm going to showcase psychology, because we need more of it. And I just want more people in the space of all colors, but especially brothers and sisters.
I love that. I think that now's a great time. You have some people out there that are asking questions, Alduan. Work of Art 524 asks, can you speak to helpline professionals, burnout, and mental health?
Yes, man. Take a break, man. I actually experienced compassion fatigue. Maybe 75% through the pandemic, where I was hearing so much grief and loss because of COVID. My dad died, where I just couldn't have compassion, right? I couldn't, because the psychology, if you can't feel, you can't just go through the motions. You have to feel it. And when I was sitting there trying to make myself feel sad, but I couldn't, because I'd already been sad 6 times that day. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
just from a sheer capacity standpoint.
Yeah.
So I started taking breaks. So
what did your breaks consist of specifically, Alduan?
Today was a break, man. I watched basketball. I went to go kick it. I worked on a proposal. I ended up meeting with someone. When I was working on the proposal, I get my hair cut, because I go to one of them high-end salons. We can get your hair massage, your hand treatments with the wax. They massage. Hey, I need the self-care, brother. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, man. Massages. I'm for all that, man. You can wrap me in leaves. You can do facials, whatever.
Hey, man.
I get it done.
Alduan, shoot me that number offline, because I'm going to be going.
I got you, man. I live in the spa, man. I just got finished getting my 6th treatment of micro needling. I went to a dermatologist, and I said, look, improve my skin, all things self-care. So to speak to that, I increased my self-care like triple. I work out all the time now. We got a Peloton, so Peloton Nation, come see me. And I've just really gotten into health and wellness and taking breaks. So I have scheduled breaks each month, and I'm pivoting to doing more stuff that's fun. So I'm like intentionally I'm creating a TV show with a couple of partners, getting ready to do a podcast next month. Now I looked at the studio today. So following your lead, brother, I want to do more fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Fun. You know, when you're serving clients all day, you don't really exist except to them. So I need something where I can exist and I can have fun, but still help out.
I love that, bro. How many days a week you work out, bro?
Man, right now I'm about 4 or 5, man. And started in May, I'm going to get into the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
All right. Because my goal in talking about the burnout was I want bigger. I want to see transformation after this pandemic. We lost so much. Yeah. I want to come out bigger. So I've been doing like the home gym. We got a pretty extensive one, but now I'm getting ready. I've ordered, that's why I have to wait till May. I'm talking about the whole rack. The whole, like when you go in LA Fitness and they had a rack with all this stuff, all this 40 different machines. Yeah.
I ain't mad, bro.
I want to be swole, man. You know, Taj, when you push me, I don't want to move, man. I want to push you back, man.
That's right, man.
That's right. How are you working out, brother?
Say what?
How are you working out?
Man, you put me on the spot in front of all these folk, man. Dude, I'm like 2 a week at this point, man. I'm trying to get up to 4.
You used to be heavy into it, man. That's why I asked.
I know, man. Hey, man, you know how medicine, just like a lot of professionals, burnout sets in, life sets in, parenting sets in. Alduan, life coach for the soul, asks, how do you prepare and switch gears among so many clients? I'm sure prayer is the key.
Yeah, I pray unless they object. I pray before and after every session, which a lot of people have never seen. I had never seen it until I went to a conference, and I was like, psychologist prayed? His name was Dr. Henry Cloud, and I was like, I have permission to pray, you know. And so prayer, but to me, like I said, I like a challenge. So I like it when it shifts. I like it when it's different. I like when the client presents in 3 different ways. So they came in. That's why I like marital therapy and I like family therapy, because it's high drama, right? So the kids are talking, and you know, you're asking the parents, "How's your marriage?" And they say it's fine, and the kids are looking like, "Are they lying?" I was like, well, son and daughter just made a little reaction there. Are you sure? Can your kids freak spit? Man, they fight every day. Mom and dad argue all the time. Dad had 2 girlfriends, mama with somebody, and when it explodes like that in my head, man, I'm having a party, because I was like, oh, this is exactly what I like. Families talking, families connect, and I like to fix stuff. So when it's messy in the beginning, and then you can bow tie it in the end, to where the parents are able to see, hey, your marriage is affecting the kids. Now that they have voice to say it, man, I love it. So I like the shifts. Okay,
love it. Back to your practice, Alduan. During the week, I posted throughout the week several of your videos, which I love. I love, by the way, man. I love your content. One of your videos was about couples arguing. Okay. When you're presented with couples arguing and can't get past an impasse, what are some of the techniques that can you give us a real scenario and give us some techniques that you give out for couples to deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, people are surprised that a lot of times I will let couples fight. I just want to see the dynamics, right? Just watch the dynamics and see what it is. And then we'll call it out. All right. So there's 4 horsemen. So we're going to a teaching mode really quick. There's 4 horsemen that kill relationships. It doesn't matter how much love, it doesn't matter how long you've been together. And they call it the 4 horsemen. So one is criticism. All right. So when you're criticizing someone more than you are appreciating them, a little criticism is necessary. But when you're criticizing more than you're appreciating, you're killing the brother or sister in the relationship. Number 2, when you're defensive, someone brings up something legitimate, right? Alduan, you're talking a little too much. You be like, okay, someone have to talk. All right, defensiveness, that kills it, because you can't own something that's real. So we can't even have a real conversation, because every time I talk about you, you want to talk about me. Number 3 is stonewalling. 80% of men do this, 20% of women, where, you know, it's mostly men. I hear you, but I'm not here right now. I'm shut down. I'm not saying anything. I'm still in the room. You can keep talking, but you're not going to get a response. I'm not here anymore, right? I'm not emotionally here, but I hear every word you're saying. And then 4 is contempt. That's the worst one. That's when you start making judgments. Like, what kind of person? You can't even talk. What kind of person doesn't make love to their husband for 30 days in a row? What kind of man you think what's wrong? Are you sterile? Are you asexual? You know, when they start really digging, and everyone's in a relationship know that you can get there. When you start doing those things, and so what I do is I point those out. I point out the 4 horsemen and say, y'all can do this, and the chances of y'all having an unhappy marriage, about 90%. Either y'all gonna get divorced or y'all gonna be single but married. I'm just gonna tell you factually, because you can't sustain this. Once they see it, and then you teach them a different way, you can say the same thing in a different way. You can criticize, but instead of criticizing, express it as a wish. I wish you were as ambitious as you were when we first met. Because what I loved about you was your ambition. And now that you settled and I'm leveling up, I don't feel like I have a purpose partner. I feel like I have to. When you say there's a wish, people can receive it better than, you know, you're not on your game. You know, you lost it. Or you're not what you used to be. You didn't change. So I point out those things. And then I share with them the statistic about repair attempts. So Todd, you know this.
About what?
Repair attempts. So in
Attempts.
every marriage, every relationship, you fight, right? All right. But part of what determines whether couples make up is how good you are at repairing. All right, and let me talk to my brothers and sisters right now. So this is where pride comes in, man. So you can get mad. You don't want to apologize. You want to apologize first, right? I'm not apologizing to you. I'm not. I refuse. All right. So if you have 2 partners that don't repair, it just gets worse, right? Or you might have one partner that repairs. All right. But why do they have to repair all the time and the other person has to wait? They become resentful. I'm always the one. And sometimes, Taj, you can get so bad, and I've definitely been in a toxic relationship like this. I just apologize, even though I don't think I was wrong, just to move on. Like, I'm sorry I said that, even though I thought they were dead wrong. Because who doesn't speak for 3 days? Who doesn't speak for 2 weeks? I can't do that. So I share with them the techniques and show them how to make repair attempts and give them strategies. And then teach them, you know, what relationship masters do. And just go through all the trappings with them and give them a new way to do it. And I'd say 8 out of 9 couples are receptive. But let me say this. I'll tell you the couples that I had the most difficulty with.
Okay.
Where there's one partner in the marriage that has individual issues that cause the problem in the marriage. And they don't want to acknowledge it.
Can you give us an example for instance?
Someone who's too critical, right? They're critical of themselves, right? They're critical of themselves, but they're critical of the wife, every member of the family. And you might bring it up. You know what? You know, your criticism is actually what's causing the defensiveness and the conflict in the family. Like there's a negative vibe. It's like when you come home, there's going to be criticism, or it could be, you know, alcohol addiction. It could be a sex addiction. It could be you don't communicate and you don't want to change. So the number one green flag for a happily married husband. So if you're looking for a husband, it's how influenceable the husband is.
Can you just explain to us what is a green flag?
So a green flag is something that is a positive in a relationship or a positive virtue. So the number one thing you're looking for a good husband is he influenceable? So a man says you're never going to change me. He is a terrible husband, because as a wife, she's designed to be your rib. And according to the research, the woman is usually the one who's more accurate about what the relationship needs. A lot of men just had their head down, they're working, they're trying to do the best they can, and the wife is like, look, we need to go on a date. Or a wife might say, you know, you need to check your blood pressure. Or brother, you're getting close to 45, you need to get your prostate exam. You know, she's on to everything. You know, I think the kids might need more time with you. You know what, I think from a family standpoint, we need to take a family vacation. She's able to see all these things. And a man that doesn't listen to a woman, doesn't listen to his wife on general principle, he's going to be a terrible husband, All right. So men that are, I'm not talking about do boys, but men that are open minded to listening.
You took it back.
Yeah, took it to their wives, man. Listen to their wives. That's a green flag for a man. So happy wife, happy life, because that wife is looking out for you.
Okay.